Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome back to Stars Aligned Oracle YouTube channel on the Lucky Stars community. Cat Star here with your weekly challenge number, I believe 12. Woo. As a reminder, my readings are for entertainment and are general in nature. They may or may not resonate for everybody, so please do take what is for you and leave what isn't for those of you liking and sharing the videos. Thank you so much. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. Also want to give a huge shout out to all of the new and returning viewers and subscribers and to the channel members. Thank you all so much for being here. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Now, as I always say, I believe anyway, as of late, at the beginning of these weekly challenge videos, that these are not actually specifically for Aquarius. They are for anybody and everybody. All right. It just tends to be that if I don't put Aquarius in the title, or if I don't say Aquarius in the video, YouTube doesn't seem to push it out, and or the people on the channel don't seem to be called into it. Maybe that's because I mostly do Aquarius readings, but I do have a second channel that's going to be coming up very shortly, within the next couple of weeks, knock on wood. And actually, I haven't really, I don't know. It's going to be a mix. I think I don't want to put myself in a hole or in a spot like I have with this channel, where it's just kind of the Aquarius, right? And I love Aquarius. I am an Aquarius, but it feels like I can't branch out very much, or when I do, it doesn't really go anywhere. So this channel won't be changing, or if it does, it's very mild, maybe not as many videos, as I'll be splitting them out depending on what I decide. I think I'm going to do a second and a third channel, just because I do a lot on this channel that I could actually do on a separate channel. So there is that little spiel. Now, these weekly challenge videos are to get us out of our rut, or get us out of kind of the same old, or get us out of the box, right? It's more just a space where we can all come together and, ooh, look at that. I don't even know how many that is. What is it? Oh, 3. Okay. Where we can all come together and have like things to hopefully look forward to. I'm hoping that these are fun challenges, fun videos for you guys to go through, things that we can do with other people, challenge ourselves, or get ourselves out and challenge ourselves, and or challenge ourselves and others. I don't know if that made sense. Hopefully you get what I'm putting out. We can do this with other people, or we can do this by ourselves. Okay. Yeah, it just feels very comforting to know, and that's why I'm putting these out there with you, or for you as well, to know that there are other people that may be out doing the same challenges. Like, I think about was a Pokemon Go, like the games that you can go out and be out in the community and find all the things and stuff. That's what I'm hoping that this will be, or become, for all of you, where maybe you can get together in groups, or whatever, right? Do a weekly challenge kind of group, or like a club, maybe in your community or in your space, with these videos, or separate, of course. But getting out there and meeting new people, or doing new things, or whatever it may be. Okay, that's my hope for this. All right. Let's jump in. Your first one, we have 3 out here. Your first one in is +1, and you have that +1. Okay, let's go ahead and see. Host a 7-person dinner where you invite 3 people, and each person brings one of their own guests. Ooh, this sounds so fun. I think I've talked about it before on the channel. I don't know if it's been on one of the weekly challenge videos, but we used to, back in the day, have where we would the males, I guess, would come up with recipes that they wanted to cook, that they would make from scratch, right? And they would, each week would be a different recipe, something very nice and elaborate, and what have you. And they would do like a main, and an entree, a main, and a dessert. And we would all get together, and the ladies would, kind of sit around and maybe have a glass of wine, and and I'll be in the kitchen, maybe at the table, right, while the guys are, and it was just very fun. And it was kind of the opposite, because a lot of times the females, and this is not meant to be gender or any of that stuff, but a lot of times it was switching the roles, and it just was so much fun, and we had a great time. And we would invite other people, or other people would come, or we would do it with different couples or different groups or different, right? And it just was a very fun time. It was out of the box, and it was having, trying different things, or really just a really, really fun time. So that's another thing that you could try. But host a 7-person dinner where you invite 3 people and each person brings one of their own guests. Now you could do 8 and you could bring a different guest every time. But this is really, kind of getting you out of the normal group, kind of bringing different people and meeting new people. It says you never know how a chance meeting with someone new might change your life. That's huge, right? You never know how a chance meeting with someone new might change your life, okay? These are better than yesterday cards. I don't know if I said that or not. There is a playlist, so you can share these with anybody. They are not actually Aquarius specific. Again, we talked about that at the beginning, but someone new might change your life, Aquarius. This is coming through, and then I say Aquarius, right? This is coming through with this energy as well, that you could meet somebody this week or during this, time period, whenever you watch this, that could change your life changing. Okay. It's always so brilliant. This also might be something that, if you're invited to a wedding or something, right, a dinner or an event of some sort, it might be that you invite somebody as a plus one that you wouldn't normally, maybe like a parent, or a child, even if it's or an adult child, somebody that is outside of your norm, to include in something and have the experience with them. That could be something as well. Okay. The second one you have is updating my bucket list. How many times have you, I don't know, have you done a bucket list? If you haven't done a bucket list, that's something you could do as well. What are things that you want to do? Where are places you want to go? What are experiences you want to have? What are books you want to read, right? All of that can go on to a bucket list, and then you can go through and really create experiences, right? We talked about this in, I can't remember if it was the Coming to Jesus reading or the Unexpected reading. I'll link both of those at the end here. But we talked where you can create the opportunities or the experiences or the potentials, right? You don't have to wait for them to show up or be dropped in your lap. You can create them yourself. And so creating or having a bucket list where you can go through and be like, oh, I'd like to visit Italy. And then when the time comes that you can, do it, okay? Do it. Oftentimes we can put things off or think, I'd really like to do that. But when we can make a list, or when we can put it down in writing where we can see it outside of ourselves, it really creates momentum, even if we don't see it or feel it in the moment, okay? That's a side note. Updating my bucket list. It says, write a 5-item bucket list you want to accomplish in the next year. Yes, I love this. I love this. So at the time of recording this, yes, it's a timeless because it is a weekly challenge. So it's whenever you come across it. But at the time of recording this, we are at the end of February 2024, all stinking ready. I can't even. But we still have much time within this year to be able to write out a bucket list, right? 5 items, 10 items, whatever it may be for you, or all of it. Just dump it all, right? And then see how many, like, challenge yourself within this challenge, a challenge within a challenge. We've had messages within messages coming through. It's so exciting what's been coming through here on the channel. But challenge in a challenge, challenge yourself to see how many you can mark off, right? Write down as many as you can think of, and then get out there and start doing them. Okay. It says if you can vividly describe what you want to accomplish, you're much more likely to do it, right? Getting it out on paper, seeing it, that is a form of movement, right? And then start checking them little babies off, right? Could just be to have a dinner party, or be somebody's plus one, or take somebody else as a plus one. It could be anything. It could be some from the past ones, exploring, you know, your town that you live in, calling somebody that you haven't talked to in a long, long time and reconnecting. It could be, you know, getting your steps in by going on a hike in a place that you've always wanted to go but never ventured out to. Okay, there's so much that you can do, but begin that bucket list and then start checking things off. Okay, ah, life changing and gorgeous. All right, and then the last one you have is don't hit snooze. Now we have +1, we have a pail or a bucket, and we have an alarm. Okay, +1, pail or a bucket, and an alarm. I always feel like these are messages within messages. Take what you will from them. It says don't hit snooze. This is super personal to me because I've been doing this a lot lately. I will be the first one to fuss up in a minute. Okay, get up 1 hour earlier than you normally do and just enjoy the morning. Okay, yes, 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 and yes. Get up 1 hour earlier than you normally do and just enjoy the morning. I feel like this is gospel to me right here, right now. I really do. I'm like, this is exactly what is up my alley right now. A slow and peaceful start to your day puts you in control before the emails start rolling in. Here's my thing. I'll get up and I'll take the, you know, the those that need to go where they need to go, what have you, in the morning, right? And then I'll come back and have maybe some decaf and maybe have some peanut butter bread or banana or whatever it is, and then I'll just sit there and be like, oh well, I could go back to sleep, I could take a little rest, I could take a nap, right? It's still really extremely early. I could, instead of jumping on all the work I need to do, the recording, the post, all the business aspect, the back part of stuff, like, you know, everything, this just everything that I need to do. Instead of doing that, the last little bit, I have been like, oh yeah, I could, you know, just take a nap for another hour or go back to rest or sleep or whatever for a little bit. And, you know, we have all kinds of other things going on and people coming in and out all during the day, all during the week, tons and tons during this time. And yeah, I have been extra challenged and or tired, I guess, exhausted, overwhelmed. I mean, lots of words, but it's time to get out of that, because the longer that I stay in that, the more it becomes a habit, the more, and the same for you, right? Take control of your mornings, take control of the time or the evenings, whenever you have some extra space or extra time to yourself. What could you do with that time? Okay, what could you do with that time? Just like, what could I be doing with that time? Don't hit the snooze. Life is now. It's time to get up and live it. Okay, wow, gorgeous. I do intend this resonated with you and for you. If it did, please do hit the like button and share this video. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. Also, feel free to hit the subscribe button right down below. Go ahead, subscribe, and the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload new readings. It is free for you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and it does support the Lucky Stars community in growing and thriving. Also, remember, if you know of somebody, add them as your +1 to these weekly challenges. It does say Aquarius in the video off and on. It does say Aquarius in the title, but it is for everybody. It's just, unfortunately, it's a means to an end to get the videos out during this time. And I'm super thankful that they do. I'm super thankful, but these are for everybody. So share, share, share. Make somebody your +1 to viewing these or partaking, or +2, +3, +5, whatever it may be. All right. As always, I do wish you lots of hope, lots of joy, and lots of love with all of your current and future endeavors. I'll see you in the next reading.